So it's April Fool's Day again. The day when I will traditionally review one of my old movies whilst pretending that I don't remember that it's one of my old movies. But that formula is getting really tired at this point. So instead, I think I'll just do a more straightforward review of one of my old movies, as a way of looking back and seeing how far I've come. So, without further ado, this is Squirrel Girl. So the episode opens with a previously on segment referring back to things that never actually happened.
Squirrels, attack! Alright, Angara, this time I'm breaking up with you! Wait, what?
Filled to the brim with squirrelish glee. Squirrels frighten me. It's time my enemies shared my trail. Wait, no. That was someone else. Never mind.
And now, the conclusion. Yeah, we're not going to address any of that stuff you just saw. Because, well, it made sense at the time. Basically, Linkara had done a couple of parody previously on segments, and it looked like fun, so I thought I'd do one too. Actually, yeah, I forgot to mention, but this whole thing is Linkara's fault. Okay, so the year is 2013, and my older sister entered a video contest being hosted by Linkara. The objective was to create a 5 to 20 minute long short film about a lesser-known superhero. And thus, Squirrel Girl was born. I mean, my crappy movie about her. I did not create the character. So with the clock ticking, my older sister recruited me and my younger sister, Crime Show Fairy for those of you who are watching at home, to help with the video. The whole production process was incredibly rushed, and it shows. But damn it all, we won that contest. And I have this crappy comic and this t-shirt to show for it. But you don't care about all that. You just want to know about the movie itself. This has been Linkara Video Contest history that you don't really care about, but need to know in order to understand this. Or LVCHTYDRCABNTKIOTU for short. Okay, I'll stop stealing Linkara's old jokes now. Anyway, getting back to the movie, after the fake previously on segment, some character, who I'm pretty sure we forgot to give a name to, so we'll just call her Proto-Crime Show Fairy, finds Squirrel Girl sitting atop the fourth wall.
What are you on?
I don't know what I was on.
I'm atop the fourth wall.
And we have a title drop. For someone else's show. So Squirrel Girl and Proto-Crime Show Fairy go off to have a training montage.
Well, come on, sidekick. Looks like it's time for a training montage.
Oh, apparently we just called her sidekick. Wow, that's inspired. Then, once they've left the scene, the obviously green-screened-in background flickers, and some dumbass wearing a Dr. Insano getup and sporting a truly terrible fake indeterminate accent walks onto the scene and mentions something about having an evil plan to steal the fourth wall. Or something. Did I mention that this production was rushed? So cut over to the training montage, which is actually pretty good. Easily the best part of this mess. And yes, we did get some weird looks when we were filming at the gym that day. Then we get a shot of the Dr. Insano guy walking. Well, I think a fight scene is happening off-screen to save on the film's non-existent budget.
Magnetism is no match for rodent powers! Why couldn't you use the robotic death squirrels like the last guy?
You know, who does that?
I think that's what's happening because the whole thing is so poorly constructed that as I'm watching it, I'm not entirely certain that it's not just some kind of a rendering error and that the audio is just misaligned. But on the other hand, I don't remember actually filming a fight scene that the audio might be misplaced from, so I have to conclude that this is how it's supposed to play out. Wow, off-screen fight scenes are already a cheap gimmick, and I somehow managed to make the worst one. That's impressive in a way. Not in a good way, but impressive. So cut to not Dr. Insano in his lab. He's trying to find a villainous sidekick, and after trying unsuccessfully to find one, Shigo walks into his lair looking for a job.
Anyway, I'm Shigo and I heard you were looking for a supervillain assistant.
Well, that's convenient. So they have a lot of back and forth dialogue about destroying the fourth wall. But all I'm focused on is the fact that the door keeps opening and closing in between shots. Seriously, was no one concerned about continuity? Hey, stop it! I said I was going to stop stealing Linkara's old jokes. So anyway, cut over to the obligatory newsreel. It's pretty terrible, but there are a bunch of villain fights going on in the background, so that's pretty cool. Especially when you consider the time that went into setting up the shot and all the costume changes throughout. All for a background shot for a green screen newsreel. That's dedication. And then we get the commercial break. Because I guess we needed a commercial break for some reason.
Hey kids, have you ever wanted to punch through a brick wall while holding a pitcher of juice and saying,
"Oh yeah"?
Well, now you can, with the new I Am a Man punch.
No, that does not count as stealing another joke from Linkara. This one comes pre-stolen. I stole that one ages ago, way before I ever said I would stop. And then we get the big climax, and it's so bad. It makes no sense at all. And then it's just over, just like that. What the hell just happened?
What do you think you're going to gain?
What else? I'm going to earn my place as the real Dr. Insano. The Dr. Insano to rule all Dr. Insanos. I will become canon. What?
What in any version of canon makes you think that that's what's going to happen?
Well, it makes sense in my head, canon.
Oh wait, there's an after-credit sequence where Squirrel Girl denies knowing what the fourth wall is, and that somehow fixes it.
But Squirrel Girl, how are we going to fix the fourth wall? Fourth wall? What's that?
So, there's that. So that was Squirrel Girl. How was it? That was pretty painful to sit through. It has its moments, but on the whole, the story makes no sense, the special effects are atrocious, and the acting is so bad that it makes Crowforest the movie look well acted. Yeah, that bad. But if you are morbidly curious and want to watch it for yourself, it is still up on my sister's YouTube page as AT4W5000 Phase 2 Shadows on the Fourth Wall, under Reika Savao. But if you do watch it and it makes your eyeballs bleed, just remember, it's all Linkara's fault. Well, that's all for now. Until next time, here's your kid-friendly clip of the day.
Magnetism is no match for rodent powers. Why couldn't you use the robotic death squirrels like the last guy?
You know, who does that?